What's up, guys? San Joaquin Valley Transparency. I'm out here at the Wasco Police Department at City Hall. I'm out here with San Joaquin Jr. Make sure you guys go subscribe. We're gonna come into the police department really quick and do a First Amendment audit. We're gonna ask for a complaint form and also do a records request. Maybe get the roster of all the cops that work out here. Let's go in there and ask real quick. Yeah, couple things. I'd like a record. I want to do a quick records request of the roster that you guys have here of all the police officers, and also a complaint form for an officer as well. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, of all the officers that work here at this police department. Cool. The lady was nice, guys. So everywhere, just so you guys know, everywhere you guys go, there's cameras. There's a camera right here in the lobby.
So this used to be the sheriff's office then?
Yeah.
For Wasco?
Yep. So just so you guys know, I'm glad San Joaquin Jr. just brought that up. This used to be a sheriff's department in Wasco, California for many, many years. And just recently they turned it over to a police department. And there's no longer a sheriff department out here in Wasco, California. So now it's a police department. It kind of makes me wonder where, I mean, if that's happening in a town near you, right? Like, are they trying to get rid of constitutional sheriffs and make everything city police and stuff like that? And, you know, just like I said, kind of makes me wonder, but.
Well, I know Wasco was dealing with a lot of high crime rate, so I'm assuming that they thought, rather than spread the Kern County Sheriff's Department thin, which I don't even know if they are,
Right.
But probably establish their own police department. That way all their own city funds can probably fund certain things. Because now the city controls the police, where before it was the county that controlled the law enforcement. So now, I wonder how many officers are actually like throwaways from other departments that actually came here, like McFarland, remember?
Yeah.
McFarland has, I think, a high number of officers that were fired out of the departments that got hired on there. Remember we went there and they didn't want to talk to us?
Where at the?
McFarland, remember?
Oh, that's right.
You know who else went there?
That guy's a fucking idiot. So I wonder where the, I'm going to ask the lady here where the Internal Affairs Division is, if it's here, or do you have to go to Bakersfield as well? But I mean, you would think that it would be here, since this is, you know, their own department, right?
So everything should be reserved in the house now, since then.
Yeah. It's been a while, but I've spent some nights in this jail here, this little jail.
Pretty sure it looks nicer than before.
Who knows, man? I'm pretty sure they're using the same old damn room. All I remember, there's bricks and fucking metal.
They just got city funding just to repaint everything, polish up the turds.
Yeah.
In reality, it's a pretty small department.
Very small, right?
I wonder if they're gonna get city-approved funding to expand. Well, I know one of the city council members was the one that was pushing for this, if I'm not mistaken. Former Kern County Sheriff Deputy.
Initials VM.
Yeah. At least they're not like Colorado, where certain freaking weekdays they're taking freaking days off. Remember that?
Yeah. God damn, that shit fucking.
Middle of the week, it's a Wednesday. Yeah, we let everybody go home today.
Yeah, at noon. It's fucking hump day, first responders appreciation day. The fuck?
Police memorial.
Get to work. Stop getting paid to go home. We the taxpayer can't afford it. You know what I mean, folks?
Probably was one of the big arguments or reasonings behind this police department, is that the taxpayers can actually have a say in what the police department does. But again, if you allow a city to have its own police department, then you allow a city to command that police department.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to save some battery.
Get out of here.
What?
I met this fool right here. Is the one with the Mickey Mouse voice.
Yeah, that's him. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
How are you?
How you been? Come over here and talk to me, dude.
I'm printing something for you.
Oh, heck
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm printing.
Long time no see, bro.
I know, man. Aren't you from what? You're from here.
I don't answer questions.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. So what's his position here?
Get out of here. Such an old head thing to say. Get out of town.
You gotta have gray hairs in order to be able to say that.
Good afternoon.
How you been, man?
Good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Long time no see.
I know.
I see your badge number is now 1.
It is.
Are you the chief of police of Wasco or
No,
what?
I'm the lieutenant.
The lieutenant.
I'm from Shafter here.
Right.
Lieutenant. Yeah.
So how long have you been working here now?
Since maybe for the past 3 months-ish.
Since the city fired the sheriff's department or what? I hired you guys
I
instead?
wouldn't say that, but the city wanted it their own PD.
Yeah.
So that's what we came.
Yeah, I went to school with some of the city council members here, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
mention names? Or you,
Nah, I mean, I don't want to
you
put
don't
them on
want to.
blast and shit like that.
Well,
But
that's cool, man. That's
yeah,
cool.
for sure.
So I got the roster. I'm sorry for the delay. We were having some
No worries, no worries.
printer issues, but I made it up for you right now on the fly. But that's all of us here, and there is
Cool.
the form. And
So let's say I wanted to turn a complaint. I don't have any complaints yet. But let's say I wanted to turn in a complaint. Do you guys have your own internal affairs division here in this department, or where would I go?
we have our own sergeants that are capable of doing. We don't have a division. We're not that big, but we do our investigations.
Internal investigations.
Yeah.
I see.
Of course, yeah. Typically, that's what smaller departments will do, or they'll contract them out to other agencies.
Are you originally from the area, Wasco or Shafter, or how does that work?
Yes, I'm from Shafter.
You're original Shafter boy?
Yeah.
Man, we used to go hook up with the Shafter girls, bro, way back.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
No, we're here, man. We're happy to be here.
yeah.
We're looking forward to the support here, of course, with you guys too. You know?
Have you been following the channel?
No, what? You
What?
never gave it to me. You always.
You never saw your videos?
Every time I came, you said you didn't answer questions.
Man.
How was I gonna do?
Hey, but I mean, I gotta say, man, I've tried to improve ever since I saw you way back when Shafter, right?
You were mean to me, man.
I mean? But weren't you guys trying to tell us we couldn't record and stuff like that?
No.
I have to be mean when my rights are being trampled over, you know?
So when this whole thing was kind of new to us,
Right.
well, when people complain, we have to go, regardless, because we're full service.
Right.
So when people complain, regardless of what it is, we have to go and show that we're there.
Right.
But once we figure out what's going on with them, just like we educate.
Once you make a threat assessment.
Right. So hey, no, look, they can record.
Right.
And then obviously, sometimes the reporting party's upset. We have to explain to them.
Right.
You know how
It's an education process. Even though sometimes, you know, and I will say, man, I think I was kind of mean to you. And I've tried to improve along the way, you know what I mean?
That.
But you guys have to kind of be ready for that, right? Like if we the people are mean to you guys, we have...
So what I like to tell our guys is that we have a code of ethics.
Right.
People are going to be rude. That's what you train for. You can expect unhappy customers. But we do our best because, you know, our reputation depends on that, right?
Right.
And at the end of the day, we want to help.
Word.
So let's say, and this has happened before, where you're not happy with me one day,
Right.
but the next day you need my services. So we have to be able to work together for that, right?
Well, I'm not gonna ever. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what if somebody walks in right now wanting to?
Right. Yeah, I understand.
They're upset. They think
Right.
they misunderstand what they're doing.
Yeah. I self-defend. Jiu-jitsu wrestling. I know what I'm doing. I can defend myself.
I
You
do a
know.
little boxing myself.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
So no, but I really appreciate this approach, by the way. And
Yeah.
I hope you guys are
No
doing
doubt.
well.
I try to make it educational, bro. And in reality, man, I even back when, that's why I put transparency in my channel name, because I felt like there was some channels that were just showing the bad. I wanted to show the good and the bad, because even though the good interactions don't get millions of views or 100,000s of views, I always wanted to show what an encounter could be between a cop and the people. You know what I mean? And
it's equally as important.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. So is it that channel, Transparency?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and I usually, like, if you were to come at me with the bad attitude, I'll be like, you know what, more nah, man, I'm not gonna give you my channel. But since we can talk now as men, and we've how do I say it, man? We've moved forward.
Of course.
So.
Yeah, you know what? I've actually seen a few.
Yeah. I try to come off as being more professional nowadays and make it more educational, because I think we don't have to be at odds all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You guys versus the people. If there's a bridge, we need to bridge that gap. You know what I mean? And
I am 100% with you, my friend.
Let me ask you a question real quick, more, and you can answer this. It's not political. It's not nothing like that. But one of the questions that I always ask on my channel, all right, I ask every cop that I encounter if they can state, if not verbatim, at least the 5 points of the First Amendment, or the 5 fundamental freedoms of the First Amendment. Can you state those 5 fundamental freedoms of the First Amendment? And you're a lieutenant.
You'd be surprised what comes with a lieutenant. It's more administrative stuff.
Yeah.
But I know it's a freedom of speech, right? Freedom of religion. Help me out with the third one.
Come on, man.
What are we doing right now?
Freedom to come on, help me.
So you got speech, religion,
gather, right?
assemble. We'll give you that. Assembly, right?
Thank you. And then I'm missing 2, right?
Right.
To expression, freedom of expression.
No.
That's in speech. That's covered by speech.
Yeah.
Okay. God, I'm missing 2.
All right. So, will you make a good faith effort to find out that answer, so that next time I come, you can have that for me? And so we'll go ahead and give it to you now.
Okay.
It's press, freedom of the press.
Freedom of the press.
So you don't need credentials
No.
nor a press pass to be a member of the press.
Yeah.
What's crazy is we got these phones in our hands, right? 20 years ago, it would take at least $100,000 to get this kind of equipment on our. We'd have to carry it on our shoulder, right?
True.
But anybody can be a member of the press, even with the pencil and paper. You can be writing things down, right? You don't need press pass nor credentials. And we got speech, press, religion, assembly, and petition. We have the right to petition our government.
Back in the academy, you had to know it.
Right.
It's no excuse. I should know that.
You want to hear something disturbing though, Lieutenant Mora? And I really don't like to call you guys lieutenants and sergeants, because those are military terms, bro. You guys are not at war with the people. We should get rid of that, right? So I'm gonna call you assistant supervisor or supervisor. I'd rather call you supervisor than lieutenant.
You can call me whatever you want.
All right, cool. So ever since I started asking that question, I've discovered that not very many cops, probably 99.9999% of cops, don't really seem to know that. Yeah. And I think that is not only makes it dangerous for the people, but also makes it dangerous for the cop.
Well, yes and no. And the reason is this: I recognize that. We should know that. We should know the principles, though, because it is a lot to remember.
Well, I mean,
I would say this, right? The First Amendment of the Constitution is literally the first one.
Well,
and you guys learned it at the academy.
Yes.
What it seems like, you guys swear an oath to it, correct?
Yes. It's hard. No excuses. I'm just talking to me personally, for me, because there is so much that comes in this career. You are wearing lots of hats. Everything is not as simple as it was 10, 15 years ago. So you tend to start losing some of it. Just the vehicle code, for instance. Right. That's this thick. The penal code is this thick.
Yeah.
The source book is this thick.
Yeah.
So what they teach us to do is say, you're not expected, because the court doesn't require us to know things verbatim. So we have cheat sheets for everything. We don't know where to find the.
I have a rebuttal for that though. you've heard this before. Cops don't have to know all the laws in the books because there's just too many of them. You've heard that before, right?
I've heard that before.
Okay, so have you also heard this? Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
No.
So when we get tickets, when we get like fines or whatever, ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Right.
But then the cops turn around, they do a quick, whew, they'll be like, we don't have to know all the laws. There's just too many of them in the books. You see how that is could be.
It's hypocritical.
Yeah,
It is. I can see your point, but remember, if I'm stopping you for a violation of a certain law, that's because I know that.
Right, but you guys are throwing like all this kind of information. For instance, like laws that benefit cops to help them do their job easier. For instance, you know what Pennsylvania versus Mims is, right?
Yeah.
You're pulling okay, but do you know what DeShaney v. Winnebago is? Castle Rock v. Gonzalez. You see what you see? I'm proving my point here is that you guys know what benefits you guys to make your job easier, but the people don't really seem to know these types of things. For instance, both of those case laws I just told you, DeShaney v. Winnebago, Castle Rock v. Gonzalez, it reminds us that the cops have no duty to protect us. And so I would say, like, you guys...
In that case, a woman had a complaint to the police department that she had feared for her life against her husband, and she ended up passing away. And so the family sued the police department, and then the police department came back and said, well, we don't actually have a duty to protect you. So that's how that Supreme Court case got established.
So because of what we do, we're finding out a bunch of patterns that in reality, Amora, I think these are easy fixes, bro. And I don't believe that we should throw more money at training so that cops can actually know what our natural rights are. The First Amendment, these mirror what our natural rights are. We were born with these natural born rights, right? Or God-given rights, or whatever people want to call them, but they're natural rights, right? And I believe that it's an easy fix. We shouldn't even have to pay for the training. Make them know it before even applying. And it's really simple, bro. I can do it like this: speech, press, religion, assembly, petition. Because I know these things. So I trained myself.
Recommend this like as an onboarding process?
Absolutely, bro. Instead of giving them sign-on bonuses.
Examples, right? Example, right? I signed up for the military, Marine Corps, 4 years, right? I had to read what I was signing my rights away for. You're signing this right, this right, this right. You are no longer you're not your own entity anymore. You're property of the government. So when you sign that paper, you're signing away your rights. You're signing away your livelihood, everything. So I mean, I understood that when I was 17 years old. You know, I feel like the same process should be for police officers. You should understand what you're signing away, and then when you understand that, then you can understand. Okay, this is for everybody, not just me. Like everybody.
So they do something like that. I'm not sure how in depth they get into the rights, because I think most agencies assume that you know that from the academy. And fresh from the academy, the expectation is that you know it, and you should know it probably all throughout your career. Right? Yeah. And that is an easy fix.
Not just people in the career, but I feel like the common man should know their rights.
Right.
So I always like to see what the public's thinking and what they think we ought to know, because, well, then that's what we're here for, right?
Right.
So if that's an issue, then
am I bringing some valid points to the table?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I would say that the reason that maybe we encounter people that don't know the answer to your question, obviously they're not prepared for it, right?
Right.
Some of the stuff, like the landmark cases, you're supposed to know them, but there's some obscure ones that the DA and the lawyers kind of
leave out.
Yeah. But no, I'm all for it, and please, if you guys have some ideas, bring them on.
Yeah, I have an idea, man. So you're the guy in charge. There's no chief of police in Wasco,
no,
right?
No, we have a chief.
Oh, who is the chief of police?
He's a five-coat, Charlie Five-Coat. Well,
Five-Coat?
Yeah, he retired from Shafter.
I remember.
And from the county, yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, you know what? I do have an idea, man, and I would love to see this, become a part of Wasco Police Department, right? Maybe you can make sure that Anthony Cook, Daniel Talavera, Javier Sanchez, Ethan Alegria, Anthony Trout, Armando Salcido, Agustin Uribe, Maria Rocha, Angel Sanchez, Larry Morris, Adan Gonzalez. Maybe you can make sure that they all know the First Amendment, put it in a briefing or something. Or you know what? Go talk to the city attorney in Bakersfield, California, because of me, they had to draw up a card that shows the First Amendment on one side and on the other side how to deal with First Amendment auditors, right?
Like on this
Yeah.
business card?
Yeah.
It's like a business card, yeah. As a matter of fact, let me see if I have it on me, bro.
That would be.
It'd be cool, right?
But why the First Amendment? Because you like it more, or because?
I gotta tell you, bro. Like, I keep it.
Because we're thinking
It's
like
first-
the Fourth Amendment. That's kind of like where.
Okay,
That's where things get tricky for you guys, right? Because you're like, let me see your ID, and I'm like, hold on, dude.
But it's what's important to our community, right?
Right. Yeah, for the people and for you guys too. Like,
what they did is they had a card and they put the First Amendment back in.
right. And on the other side is how to deal with First Amendment auditors. So a card specifically made because of me. I was always showing up on scene, and they're like, how to deal with this. So it was funny, man. Cops, whenever I was showing, cops would pull it out and try to read it to me, and I'll be like, shut up, bro.
Let me ask you this, though, because last time we had a situation where we were at a house,
right,
and the homeowner was very upset that there was
people recording.
Recording. But this guy was somebody that you probably didn't want to mess with.
Right. I mean. Well, we just like you guys have a dangerous job, journalists have a dangerous job, right?
I agree. So, but what he's saying, hey, this guy, you know, he's saying a whole bunch of stuff.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, man, before we go, we need to tell this guy, hey, you probably should leave before we leave.
Was that in Shafter or in Wasco?
It was here.
Here in Wasco?
So I go to approach him. Hey, the first thing he says, I don't answer questions. He moved away. So he kind of, hey, dude, I'm trying to help you here, and we don't want any more.
I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of cops kind of whisper to the people and say, they're going to put you online. So what a cop is trying to do at that point is trying to stir up conflict between the people. Do you understand what I'm saying, though?
Yeah,
and that's not right. Well, and let me give you another example. I went into a probation office in Los Angeles. Man, if you think there was one scary guy at a house, imagine being in a probation office or a parole office where everybody in there is a scary guy. You know what I'm saying? And all I did is I walked in there and I said, hey, man, I'll blur your faces out if I got it, but I'm here to record the probation officers. Everybody got up to shake my hand, say gracias, fist bump, everything, because they kind of understood that we were there, not for them, but to hold government accountable. And a lot of times we see, man, whether it's at the DMV, probation officers, they got attitudes, bro. And most government officials, including yourself, you guys are under policy to be professional at all times, right? Right, and code of ethics. So recently I submitted a complaint on a trooper in Bakersfield, and the complaint was sustained because he was just not, he was discourteous to me. And so not only that, when we make complaints, we have to try to pinpoint exactly what policy a cop violated, or else I'd like to say it gets tossed, but cops say, oh, they don't get tossed, right? But they won't find them sustained. So
because it's not an actual policy that the police,
right.
Process.
So
that's another thing that we have to look at too, police department policies. Like we have to make sure, like, hey, if we're gonna call someone out, we better make sure that we're calling them out for the right thing.
Right.
Yeah. So, man, I'll say that I've tried to improve along the way, man.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
So have I.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's up, man.
You don't move up unless you're,
Right. Sometimes we're just, we don't know what we don't know, right? And the first thing about the step in the right direction is acknowledging that.
Word.
Why am I going to look like a fool if I don't know something, right? I work with what I know, and I try to give the best service possible, but that's it.
Have you ever arrested a bad cop?
I haven't. I hope I don't have to ever.
I hope you do have to, because that means that you make sure that your department stays clean.
But no, don't get me wrong. What I meant to say is I hope it doesn't happen, that situation ever.
You're not putting that certain.
Yes. No, I'll be the first to. Hey.
Shout out to Rob Farlow.
Check that.
Yeah, no. If you break the law, you're gonna go to jail.
There was a correctional officer, a retired correctional officer who's watched my channel, became a friend of mine. Shout out to you, Rob Farlow. He said the first day he walked in prison, he told everybody, his supervisors and everybody else, look, I'm a straight up dude. Don't do anything illegal in front of me because I'll turn you in. Right. He said because he kept that attitude throughout his career, nobody did nothing around him because they kind of considered him the snitch, but they just didn't do anything around him.
I'd like to think about it. I've set my parameters.
Yeah.
We've come here, we're a new department, we're gonna do things different. I hope they're on board with that, because that's our mission, that's our goal. And
I noticed you're
I
not...
appreciate that, because I know the Shafter Police Department very well, and I feel like some of the, I'll say, decent cops that came from Shafter, that came here, I notice who they are, you know?
Okay.
And I know who the ones that are stayed back and were probably not the best, you know?
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, we had a run-in with Shafter Police Department last time, and forget the officer's name, the sergeant, supervisor, short one, stocky, bald, white dude.
From Shafter.
Shafter Police Department.
I think I know who that is.
He was giving me attitude, man. I'm just like, relax. It ain't even that deep. He was former Marine. I'm like, hey, we're supposed to be like,
that's right.
be having understanding.
Yeah.
But I think you know who I'm talking about.
No, I really hope that with us here, we can have a very good. I don't see why we couldn't have a good relationship. I don't mind you guys at the scene at all.
I noticed you're not wearing a body cam.
So in here I don't. In here.
So the cops here in Wasco do have body cams?
Yeah, we have issued body cams.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't want, because I'm in the office and up.
Administrative work.
Yeah.
Off the top of your head, in the last month, how many complaints have been made against these cops here in Wasco? None.
None. Wow.
In the 3 months that you've been here, how many complaints?
None, but you know what? In all fairness, we haven't been operational 3 months.
Okay.
We started operations on the 18th.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they made a big deal about it on the news and all that.
we went, we will recognize operations.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
But what I can tell you is that just running some numbers, we contact a lot of people. The last 2 weeks we contacted over 700 incidents, calls for service and officer generated. And I think I looked at the stuff we have, maybe or about 2,000 body cam footage since we started.
California is acting stupid when it comes to releasing body cam footage.
What are they doing?
They're just not releasing it if you're not a party to it. They're just not releasing it. Like, they just don't want to release it, bro. And
they've allowed departments to basically like, oh, we've lost them, or it's too much, so we have to redact most of the video. And it's like, come on.
Through the public records?
Public records.
I'm working with the channel. Shout out to you. I am Free Inland Auditing out there in the state of Washington. He's helping me learn how to make records requests, try to acquire body cam footage, and also when I don't get it, to file lawsuits. So I'm pretty soon going to be filing lawsuits to make sure that I get it when they don't give it to me, because I want that process to change. I want to make sure that, you know, we're able to get, you know, these freedom of information, you know, requests that we ask for and stuff like that. But, you know, it's just been a hassle, bro. And I do this, like I said, I do this for accountability and transparency. I've had good intentions from when I started, but I think when I first started, it's because maybe I didn't know as much. I think I was a little more frustrated, you know what I mean? And I think, like I said earlier, man, I think it makes it dangerous for cops to not know the people's natural rights. And I think it's dangerous for the people to not know their natural rights, because when the people know, they'll know where that boundary is, to not give up that information if you don't have to. But when cops start to demand certain information and the people don't have to, you know, it's really written in the Constitution that the people are actually allowed to defend themselves against an unlawful arrest. That's why it becomes dangerous for the police officer. If the police officer doesn't know that this man has certain rights to drop F-bombs in his face or something, as long as he's not threatening the cop or something like that. A lot of cops, they don't know, man. And we've video after video after video, we've seen unlawful arrests because cops are enforcing feelings rather than law, because they were not really trained properly on these natural rights. And like I said, man, I think it's an easy fix. I think it's an easy fix. And I think that is something that you can do for this department here in Wasco, is just to make sure that they know at least those 5 points to the First Amendment. You know what I mean?
No,
The Fourth Amendment.
And if you guys ever see something that I can help with here in the city, please.
Is that a reasonable thing to ask of you in this department as well?
You can ask anything. Like I said, we're here to make this better.
You guys?
No, I'm not perfect.
Right.
I'll try my best.
Right. My mom used to call me El Sabelo Todo, Mr. Know-It-All, right? So I'm trying to know it all. So City of Wasco has city council members, mayor as well, right? City attorney?
Yes.
And city manager.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know this, man. City manager and city attorney are some of the most powerful people in the cities, man.
Yes.
They deal with contracts, you know what I mean? Because of this, bro, we're able to start finding misappropriation of funds. A lot of cities are doing like, kind of like doing monopolies with contracts, right? Maybe getting kickbacks and stuff like that. So we're starting to discover a lot of stuff, bro. This community, since I first started, has grown, bro, exponentially. And First Amendment auditing has gone to, you know, to our friends across the pond in the UK, Canada, Australia. People have been picking this up and you know, asking questions, holding government accountable. And I think this is where we need to be in life, bro. Like, you know, not give cops 100% full authority over the people. And this is another thing I don't like, bro. I listen to the news and they call you guys the authorities. But who are police the authorities over? The people that have not committed a crime? Absolutely not. The people are the authority, bro. Does that mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, the people don't really know how much power they truly have. When they become empowered, bro, it's a whole different ballgame.
That's what we want to do. We want to really rely and empower people to help us. Because the people are the eyes and ears, and typically we go somewhere when they call us there, right?
Right.
Somebody calls us there, somebody needs help. So we want people to help us.
Right. That's what I'm trying to do right here, bro. And I appreciate you talking to us, man, talking to me. Even though, like, I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm going to be honest. I was kind of an asshole tomorrow. I was kind of an asshole.
You know, it's all business.
And I appreciate you talking to me, man. Like I said, and
I'll be better prepared next time.
Yeah, no doubt. Can you make me that promise, man, that we'll get these guys educated on the First Amendment?
You got it.
Hell yeah, bro.
Of course.
With that, I'll get out of your hair, man. I'm not gonna call you names.
It's fine. Sometimes, you know, we get to see there's a lot going on.
And I'm gonna extend the same olive branch to you. You said if there's any way we can help to bring it to your attention. Same with me.
Okay.
My email is on that card. If there's anything that I'm doing on my channel that you think that I can improve on, you're welcome to send me an email and let me know.
Oh, you got it.
I'll always do my best to improve. Right. I want to bridge that gap, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I want our officers to have a good relationship with you guys. So.
That's a brand new badge, huh? This one right here, the shiny one.
This one?
Yeah, and then the one on your shoulder too. Let me see that one real quick,
this
bro.
One?
Yeah, because I'm really good with Photoshop, and so I'm gonna change what it says.
We're gonna put transparency.
No. Right, I should. I was messing around with the Kern County Sheriff one, and instead of saying Kern County Sheriff, I say dirty effing cops. Oh man, but I'll probably change it back.
Yeah, just been so much. So it just time goes.
Oh yeah.
It flies by, man.
Yeah, it does. We're all getting old, man. I think me and you got more grays since we last seen each other. Right?
Man, I'm telling you, kids are growing, and now we have problems. So.
Well, it looks like you got somebody coming in, man. We're gonna get out of your hair.
Hey, thank you.
I appreciate you.
No, you know what? I really appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
We'll be around, and if there's anything that doesn't come across like it should have, we'll hash it out, and we'll look for a good resolution for both of us.
Perfect. Sounds good, man.
All right, thank you, guys. Hey, nice seeing you guys.
Nice seeing you,
man. Yeah, keep this shit on. Hello. Good. How are you? Come on in. Somebody help.
All right, Mark. Have a good one, man.
Come back. Come back, man.
Did you ever see that video of him?
No,
a long time ago? I was calling him Mickey Mouse voice and all kinds of shit. Damn. Well, guys, what do you guys think about that video, man? If you like it, hit that thumbs up. If you guys have a channel and you guys would like to share clips of it or share the whole video, you guys are welcome to share my work. All right, guys. So yeah, we're gonna shut this one down. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.